Welcome to my apiary. It's Tuesday, the 5th of July, 2022, and it's almost deafening out here. I don't think there's any swarming going on. I was just over at a buddy's place though, and he's been doing swarm splits all afternoon. That poor guy's been chasing swarms. He'd get one in a box and he'd see the next one in the air. But you know, I learned that lesson too, and it's not the end of the world, and it just kind of teaches you about bees. What I'm going to do here is I've got a few cells in my finisher that I'm going to take into my incubator. So I'm going to try and show you that process. I haven't really showed a lot about that. So we'll get in here and show you this. I don't know if I'm maybe 300 yards from the house where the incubator is. I don't have any power out here is why the incubator isn't here. I've got this little case that a fellow beekeeper pointed me toward. It's kind of a, I don't know if it's a makeup case or essential oils case or something. Got it on Amazon. The bees make a mess of it, of course, but it's just a nice little case. The cells sit in these little foam holes. The holes aren't foam. The stuff around the holes is foam. Fit in here real nice, and if you want to close them up to protect them while you get back to your incubator, you can even zipper it if you want. I usually don't. I'll just hold it like that. So I'm going to put the cells in here and then take them back to the incubator. Now there's two graft frames in here, so I have to make sure I take the right one. I'm pretty sure I know which is the right one. Once I'm done that, the graft frame that's in the starter is overdue for moving to the finisher, and so I'll do that. And once the starter is empty, I think I'm going to go through it again. I'm not convinced it's doing the best job it can do. So I think I'm going to load that up with some more brood and whatever. I might even put it in a bigger box because it's getting so full. Well, that hive tool is warm. Another degree up and I wouldn't be able to hang on to it. Okay, I'm not using smoke. Maybe I should be. A nice warm day. Wow, I think I put a fresh pollen patty on that. Oh, you gotta see this. Hopefully you can see that. Look at those bees just lined up like a buffet around that patty. Oh, I can't see the screen, so I hope you can see it. They're just like pigs at a trough. I'm glad they're enjoying it. Okay. It's nice that it's warm. I am not worried about the cells chilling today. There's a tiny breeze from the west, but not enough to chill cells, I'm sure. We'll get them in the incubator. I've transferred cells on a far colder day than today, successfully. Okay. Last graft, the one before this, my builder tore down the cells, so I sure hope that's not the case today. I had quite a few cells in here. Well, this one is there's 2 bars on this one, and not very many takes as I recall. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 8 cells here to take today. I think there's 29 on this one though. Okay. Bring you a little closer. Now again, this is, as my friend Mike says, this is not how to. This is how I'm doing it. If you got a better way, then God bless you. They're not at the most fragile stage. These cups come off pretty easily, and the cell is probably tougher than you might think. They're tougher than I thought. And then I just put those cells right in there, in that little case. Just don't pinch a bee when you grab the cell. I don't think it's a problem laying them down like that. I'd prop it up if I had something to lean it against. Because I think this is actually a day late. I think I could have moved these yesterday. So as they, and the reason I say a day late is as they get older, they're a little more hardy. I think tomorrow is day 15. So they'll start emerging. I think they start emerging tomorrow. This is why I really had to do this today. This is what you want to see. Oh, I can't even see the screen. I don't know if you can see that. There's these cell cups you can see through. So you see all kinds of jelly in there. So that means one of two things. That they were so well fed that the larva didn't eat all the jelly, or that they were really well fed and the larva died. So we'll know in 2 days what happened to that one. Okay, that's it. And these are going to be plenty warm because the sun is on that black case. I'm just going to set this over here while I grab the cells from the starter. They're really eating up that patty. Wow, that's remarkable. So the patty is completely gone in this one here too. So I'm going to graft again today. Once I get this graft out of here. It's actually difficult to pull up. There's so many bees in here. It's heavy and the bees are really kind of congested and in the way. Look at this. Lots and lots of bees. They're building some comb there. That's a little more than an annoyance, really. I'm gonna push that one just so I keep organized. I'm gonna push this one over here just so I know which one to take next. And this one goes down in there. Okay. Alright, so this one, I'm going to leave this just like this. It's a nice hot day, they won't care at all. And then I'm going to come here later on and go through this 6-frame nuke. And I may upgrade this to a 10-frame box. There's just so many bees now. Got my incubator set at 34 degrees, so it's cooled down a little. And I've just taken the cells out of the little case here and placed them in what you call a hair roller cage. So there's my little cell. And I just drilled out this block of wood to hold them. Some people said that a test tube holder works for this. And then in the incubator they go. I have a bunch of cells coming due tomorrow. So, actually 2 days. I'll have more cells. These are my hair roller cages, and they have a little compartment in the bottom. We just put a little dot of honey in that little divot there. Don't want to put too much. Queens get in it and get messy, and then they can't. Well, a lot of times they'll die. So that is that. I've got a little tray of water in here, keep the humidity up, and that's it. They should start emerging tomorrow, which, again, I'm a day late getting them in here, but that's okay. So I get back to my apiary, and guess what's going on? My starter is swarming. They're just pouring out of there, out of the top. I don't blame them. I don't know where they're gonna go. They got no queen. I don't think they had a queen. There's a queen excluder on the entrance, so maybe they were waiting for the queen to get out the top. Oh man, that's not exactly what I wanted, but it's quite hilarious. Well, we know they had the swarm response, that's for sure. Okay, now we're going to deal with this. So, I just had an experience that, you know, I kind of was always wondering how far could I push this little starter here. It was getting so full of bees, very, very crowded. I kept putting brood in there and you know, letting it emerge, and so we get lots of nice nurse bees and crowded so that they felt like they should swarm and build cells. Well, that's what they did. I pulled my cells out of the finisher, and then I put another frame from the starter into the finisher, and I just left the starter like that while I walked to the house and put the cells in the incubator. I come back and the bees are just pouring out of the starter, and they all swarmed. They're all gone. I'm not sure where they went. I'll have to look in the trees later. I don't know how successful they'll be, because as far as I'm concerned, that thing was queenless. It's pretty empty though. Let me show you. When I came here, there was bees hanging off the bottom. They were all bearded out the front. Not enough room for bees in there. So, oh, that hive tool is hot. Holy smokes. Okay, so look at this. There's no bees left. There's no bees left. Well, I guess I gotta start again. I'm gonna graft. I was gonna graft again today, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I've been having my struggles with grafting this year. I just check that there was no emerged cells in here that I missed. It's always a chance, you know. You put brood in here and to gain those nurse bees, and then you miss some young larvae and they start making queens. I mean, that's why you check it, but sometimes you just go too long and you don't check it. Everything on your calendar is a good idea with this queen ring. See, there's a few cells there, but it looks like the way they're emerging, they'll be gone by the end of the day. So just a few on this one too. Yeah, so there's almost no brood left here, but almost isn't zero. Boy, they sure swarmed. They are like there's almost nothing left in here. Wow. And you hear that sound, you know, once you hear the sound of a swarm, you don't forget it. I was kind of chuckling at my buddy. He was having swarms all day, and I was sort of laughing, but I guess I got it back, didn't I? Because I had my own. Maybe, I don't know. I was going to say maybe they didn't swarm until I took the top off and because there's a queen excluder here. But where would the queen come from? They don't have a queen. They're queenless. They didn't have any cells. I've just seen that. So I think I'm going to put off my grafting plans. And I will go and pull some brood over excluders out here in the apiary. Some colonies that I didn't OTS that I haven't taken resource out of yet. So I can come back tomorrow and slot that brood in here. Wow, that was a remarkable sight. Remarkable sight. And sound. I mean, the sound is the amazing part. All right, put this back together. Oh boy, now what? Can't leave that hive tool in the sun. It gets so hot I can't touch it. While we're here, I want to count my cells. Familiarize myself with what I've got coming up. So I'll look in this finisher again. Boy, that was a remarkable sight and sound. To just see those, I didn't get the camera going quick enough, but I came back and the bees are just piling out of the top of that hive. Okay, so this is the next frame to come out. My takes have not been great, so you're not going to see great things here. There's 2, 3, I don't think there's any in here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 there. It's Tuesday, that comes out I think on Wednesday, because the one I took out today was supposed to be yesterday, and these two were 2 days apart. And this one will be close behind as well, but guess what? Okay, I think I'm starting to see the story here. You see what I put in here today? I didn't even look at it. I just put bees and all. So out of 45 grafts, I've got a cell started or built on 3. And I know there was a lot more than that before. I don't think these webbed ones are built out. Typically the comb is a lot softer than the cell. So I can be fairly firm with them. See, there are no cells actually in there. Yeah, there's no cells in there, it's just comb. All right, so I've got 3, and this one is the best looking one. So let's look at this. I don't remember how old it is. There's nothing in there. They built it out that far. It almost appears that it's been it's emerged. It wasn't in there long enough to emerge. That one too. Maybe I miscounted. I have to check my calendar again. I don't know. There's something weird going on here. So there's no sense in leaving that in there. I have the one. I've been having my struggles this year with grafting. I do want to go through this one again too. So again, if I set it aside, I'm going to have to just be gentle. But what do we got? Let's just check at what we got. So this is all syrup. This would not be syrup likely. Some of this capped would be syrup, but the open stuff would actually be nectar flow. And there's no brood, so that's coming out. That one's going in the garbage. It's got broken ears on it. Don't even have my smoker. Don't even have it lit, let alone over here. So again, no. There's some drone cells, but that's it. So they can come out as well. And that's some nice mature brood that is emerging. So that actually would be an ideal frame for my starter. And I know there's no queen because this is all above a queen excluder. Well, we say things like that in bees, don't we? Well, I know this and I know that, but... And then the bees prove us wrong. It's like me knowing there's not a queen in my starter, and then they swarm on me. It's like, how did that happen? Okay. Oh, so there's some sealed brood there too, and probably would also be a good frame for my starter. Leave that in for now. Very little sealed brood, like 1 or 2 cells. So I'll take that out. Zero sealed brood. And what I'm planning here is when I get that all out, I'll take this box off carefully. And when I say that, okay, I'll be specific. When I get the frames out that have no brood, no sealed brood, anything, then I'll take those out. And I'll leave the frames that have the sealed brood, which this one has some. I'm not sure about the last one yet. And then I'll take out open brood from the bottom, and I'll populate this top box with open brood. And I'll replace frames in the bottom with open drawn comb. So this one has brood, and that last one has brood. So I'm just going to encapsulate this frame with 2 frames of brood, keep it safe, and then lift it off and set it aside here. Very gently, very carefully. Very careful. I should go and get my smoker going, because I'm about to cause a real commotion here. Okay, I got my smoker going now. I'll get into the bottom box here. So again, we're just looking for open brood. And so it looks like I'm going to have put in here 4 frames of empty comb. could probably pilfer this box for some brood and bees for a split, because I don't want this one getting too. Oh, there's the queen right there. I'm kind of dragging that frame. There's the queen right there. Okay, so we'll take the second one out. Alright, so what I've done is I've taken all of the sealed brood out of the bottom box. I've taken all the sealed brood out of the top box. I found a couple of cells, so they definitely were thinking about swarming. And I've set those in a poly box over here. There. I've shaken a whole bunch of bees in there from this box. And I'm under no delusion they're all going to stay, but there should be quite a few stay. And I filled that box with drawn comb. Now I have to deal with all these frames down here, covered in bees. And I have put frames of sealed brood in the bottom of my starter here. I'm thinking maybe I should make this one a 2-story box, or 2-story hive. But for now, I'm going to take all of these frames down on the ground here, and I'm just going to shake them in there. And again, 100% of them are not going to stay in there, but quite a few of them should. Okay, here goes the big shake deal here. This one doesn't have much on it. And then these have a whole bunch of nectar in them. So I'm just going to take them, put them in a box, set them on top of a strong colony over there in the apiary, and they can make honey out of that. Sure, shaking a lot of nectar out onto the bees. It sticks them down so they don't fly. Like Bob says in his gentle way, he combines colonies with a really good spray of sugar water, sticks all the bees down, and he says by the time they're done licking each other off, they're all sisters. He says, I just love the way he says that. All right, that's them's. There's one more here, but it has nothing on it. Okay, so I'm gonna put the lid on this. I'm not sure I'll do a graft today or not. Maybe. We'll see. That's not on the list at this point. We're gonna take care of these frames next. Oh, that's heavy. Okay, so this is what you want to see. You want to see overcrowding. And I just hope that the majority of the bees I shook in there, that came from there, are going to stay. I'm kind of bushed. I'm going to leave it at that for now. But that's it. I'm going to leave these girls alone. Try to hit this again tomorrow. I'll maybe do a graft tomorrow. See what happens to that starter hive overnight. I think those cells need to come out tomorrow out of the finisher. Anyway, I'm rambling. That's it. Have a good day. Take care and have fun.